but I want to welcome everybody to my channel, The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. So this is my story time, The Candy Shop. Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Candy Shop. I am Candace.
Hey, it's Khadi B.
And this is The Candy Shop. We're reviewing Insecure. I think Candy Washington will be joining us momentarily. We will go, well, before we get into it, first of all, how are you doing, Khadi?
I'm pretty good. As you see, I done switched it up for my birthday. I'm trying out these distress type locks. I've never had these type of locks in my hair before. So, I don't know.
Yes, they look so cute. Like, I love them.
Thank you.
Yesterday, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I know. You was like, I want to see what your hair look like. I'm like, okay, video come.
Yes. Yes. So I'm doing good. I want to acknowledge some of the comments as well. So shout out to the Queen of Cheesecake. I pinned her comment at the top. I don't see it here. I hate when YouTube and StreamYard does this, but I pinned her comment at the top. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to The Candy Shop. I believe Khadi B's link is in my description as well, and so is Candy's. But Khadi saying hey to everybody, and the Queen of Cheesecake. And Chi-Town Naja Girl, she said, welcome to The Candy Shop. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so that you won't miss out on any of these sweet treats. Yes. And make sure you drop the candy in the chat.
Yes.
And hey, Sharon, good to see you. Drop those straight no chasers as well.
Thank you.
Yes, Chi-Town said, hey, Khadi B, cute look, winning with this look. Yeah.
Thank you. I got this little part put up because I just didn't want it in my face right now. So.
It's cute. It's cute.
Thank you.
Well, let's get into the show, Insecure. I don't even have my cocktail tonight. So y'all know we didn't get into any arguments behind the scenes this time. So I have no cocktail. I may have one a little later, but I don't have any cocktails right now. But starting with the show, so it picks back up with Issa. And actually, they titled this Faulty Okay. What do you think the faulty part means?
Well, I guess it's probably a slick reference to the fault line since it was they had a little small earthquake.
Sometimes I'm slow. I mean, like,
looking at it at first, you're like, what? But then, yeah, they had that earthquake. So,
and I just thought the shakiness of these relationships too.
That too.
Yes. So, but it picks up with them going to the beach. It's Issa, Molly, and Kelly meeting Nathan for his event. Now, is this I'm not gonna say event like what's her name on Love and Marriage, but I guess this was the event that they were planning at the beginning of the show. I'm sorry, is it me or does this event look low budget? Like.
Lord, it's gonna be on this low budget thing because of Mia now. It's at the beach, so it's probably not super expensive, but I mean, he's a small business owner, so low budget is right up his alley.
Right. And hey, shout out to DJ. Haven't seen you in a while. Lawrence and you are the same person. I could believe it. Dusty. No, I'm joking. But no, DJ, me, Khadi B, and my other co-host that's coming on a little later, we literally argued about Lawrence all last week. So
oh my gosh.
You have to catch that show.
We could not agree. None of us. It was like almost like three separate sides. There was some middle ground in there, but yeah.
Yes, Queen of Cheesecake said no budget. Exactly.
As a small business owner, I applaud Nathan, number one, for getting all those people to come out. Because it ain't easy to get a bunch of people to show up.
But a beach party
will do it.
I was going to say a beach party. I think they would come to a beach party.
Yeah.
But it was it was interesting to see because I was confused. I literally thought it was going to be like a event. I don't know why I was thinking like of a hall or something, a formal event. But that was me and my.
I don't think that's his style.
I know.
Bougie, right?
That was me and my bouginess. But they Issa, Molly, and Kelly are walking up to the event, and they're joking about, well, were they joking about him leaving her? I know they made a little side remark about that, about Nathan leaving her.
Yeah, they did, and gosh, but the week before we had a little about Nathan leaving, and I was on the outskirts on that one.
Yeah.
But I stand by what I said 2 weeks ago, and I feel like I'm victorious.
So I want to see if DJ, if you are still watching, and I know you watch Insecure, why do you think Nathan left Issa when she was crying in his mouth?
At her crying in his mouth, like, open your mouth.
Why? Yeah. Why did he leave like a thief in the night? DJ said Nathan was dealing with trauma, people thinking he was the same person he was before he evolved, something that a lot of men deal with. Right. So this is why I think Nathan left. So me and Candy's perspective is he's not really feeling Issa like that. It was a booty call. And I think in looking at it now, I really think it was just he just was coming over because, like, I think you said he said he didn't know how the relationship was defined, but he was coming over there to get some booty. And
I told y'all there's the problem being friends with a man. You give him opportunity for that tail, and he is there for the tail, friend or not.
The thing is, though, this is what will tell her, though, that this ain't the guy for her. Shatel said he was clearly there for a booty call, pure definition. DJ said nobody wants to be friend zoned at 2 a.m. Laugh out loud. That's why he left. Friend zone.
I'm trying to school. I was trying to school the ladies. Like, I'm not a dude, so I don't think like a guy, but I understand that they think differently than we do.
The thing is, though, with her crying, because she can't help that she's crying. With her crying, she's supposed to say, "Oh, I want a relationship with you. Please stay the night with me."
No, that would be weird. But it's also understandable. But that the man he probably got freaked out.
Yes, he probably got freaked out, but I don't think he was stupid enough to not know what was going on. I really feel
okay. Here's the thing. When I say men are stupid, I don't mean intellectually like slow. I just mean they're extremely dense. Like, they do not think how we think. They don't formulate things the way that we do. If you ever noticed, ask a woman a question and she has a response like that. Ask a guy a question and he's stuck thinking about it for a while. It's not because he's not listening or paying attention. He's honestly just thinking about it for a while.
DJ says if they were together, it would be different. I don't think he wanted to be with her like that. I really do think he just wanted the booty.
I think he was confused because on one hand, he wants Issa, but she friend zoned him. Understandable for what he did. So he's in the friend zone, and he's been there for over a year.
He didn't know he was friend zoned, though, until this episode. On the episode where he was there to get the booty, they hadn't even defined what it was.
He was friend zone because they was hanging out laughing because she was with Lawrence.
But this is the thing. When he went over there and he thought he was going to get some booty, he didn't know he was friend zone at that time. I don't think he was thinking anything about no friendship. He was just thinking about getting some booty.
Thinking about the tail. And then she slapped his ass right back in the friend zone.
On this episode, but on the previous episode, because he did not know, and they were just together, and she called him over, and she didn't give the booty. I still think he was wrong by just leaving her like that. If anything, why not wake her up and be like, "Hey, I'm about to go."
I don't think he didn't just leave her. She wasn't in tears, and he was like, "Deuces, gotta be out. It is what it is. Cry on your pillow." He actually held her until she fell asleep. Then he left.
I don't think he's that into her. Like I said before, I don't.
See, See, thank you, DJ. I be trying to tell these women, DJ I am a woman too, but come on. Women have to stop thinking that men think like women.
No, it's not about thinking like women. This is how I think. So if I call you over and we have this going on, and then let's say I cry out of whatever emotions, because I can say this, like say my friend Lamar. I have a guy named Lamar. That's my friend. So if I call him over, though me and him have never messed around, because he's my friend, if I cry, he's gonna stay because we're friends.
And right, but you didn't call him for a booty call.
With what they did, she called him over. It looked like the chit chat and have somebody to come over. They happened to go in the bedroom, which I knew she was gonna say yes because she's done it previously. Then she cries out of nowhere. I don't think she even expected to cry. So in that moment, I feel like if he was into her and building something, even though he might have felt uncomfortable, if he really cared about her, he would have stayed or at least said, hey, I'm about to leave.
But see, that's the thing. That's how a woman
I feel like he was a coward, though. And this
a man feels different.
This would tell me that this is not the man for me, which is why Issa needs to leave him alone. Because I feel like men, if they like you enough, they're going to do what they want to do, depending on how they feel about you. Let me acknowledge some of these comments. So, hey, Snooki, it's good to see you over here. We get so wrapped up into these conversations. I wish Candy was here right now.
I feel like insecure is always our trigger point, right? Like, talk about the housewives, and we be like, yeah, man, they tripping, but insecure, we can never agree.
Shaitan said, Khadi, he was confused about the booty, period. Right?
No, ain't no man confused about the booty. If you're offering it, he taking it, period.
Yeah. DJ said, if you call me at 7 p.m. and that happens, that's cool. Not 2 a.m. in her bed. I don't think she didn't want to have sex.
She said that's not how men think.
But the thing is, though, I don't think you and DJ are hearing me as a woman speaking. I don't think when she cried in him, like when she got in that bed with him, I think she was expecting to have sex, but the emotion just came to her, like with, hey, what am I doing? So I didn't think she brought him over there to actually cuddle like what a man would think, because we see on this episode, he thought she called him over there just to cuddle. I think she was willing to do something, but then when it came to actually getting it done, she's like, oh, what the hell? I'm in over my head. Like I have all this stuff going on. I have, according to Candy and you, she's crying over Lawrence, which I still don't think she was crying over Lawrence either.
A combination of a lot of stuff.
I just think it was just a situation where she was in over her head and she shouldn't have had him over there, but it was too late to turn back around. This lady just cried in his mouth, and I don't feel like he handled it wrong. I feel like he handled it wrong, and DJ said, and Nate ghosted her, FYI.
Back previously we talked, but here's the thing. She called Nathan over there to chill. They were chilling. They were out on like the balcony having a drink. Then she asked that man if he wanted to stay.
Because she
took him out of the friend zone. You basically played with his emotions. She took him out the friend zone. They in the bed. She cried. No fault of hers. Okay. Not saying, hey, the emotions get you. I understand. But by crying, you smacked him back into the friend zone. So now he went from friend zone to booty to friend zone, all in the span of one night, not even an entire day.
Exactly.
The man stayed while she cried, and then he left. The man was freaked the freak out.
He ghosted her, like DJ said, which to me, I just feel like he was wrong for leaving. He was wrong, regardless of whether or not she cried, she did whatever. They both went into him coming over with no intentions, no strings attached, basically. He wasn't prepared for her reaction. She wasn't prepared for his. And so for her, this is why for me as a woman, when I cry and this is what happens, I'm not moving forward within the situation. For him, he can say, yeah, she's all over the place. That's given. But I still think if he was somebody that wanted to be with her, he would have stayed. Clearly, my thing is, he don't.
I just feel like I'm expecting men to take all type of emotional abuse.
Are we giving all these
abuse? She has emotionally abused him time and he's supposed to stick around for more?
I think he could have.
He already went above and beyond by holding her while she cried, probably about another man, into his mouth. Really? But he's supposed to just chop the man's jangly bits clean off. Just chop them clean off and wear them as earrings.
This is why I would move on. And it's nothing wrong with moving on. Shit, I don't got to give him a chance. He showed me who he was.
Who he was a man who was freaked out, who didn't know what to do.
DJ,
he played with his emotions. She played with his emotions.
I think they both went into a situation not being realistic, I guess. And because they neither one communicated, I don't think they should be together. I want to read some of these comments. DJ says she just friend zoned herself now, so it doesn't matter. She messed up, which I think if they get together, and I told Khadi and Candy this, she's gonna hurt him more than he could ever hurt her, because he's not ready to be in a relationship. He still has baggage from, no offense to what he's going through mentally, he still has baggage going on from his mental illness, then his family problems, then his business. Like, it seems like his business is kind of shaky. He's still getting himself together. Issa would only be, to me, using him as a rebound anyway, because like y'all said, she friends on him one day, she do this, she do that. If they get together because she's choosing to get together with them that day, who's to say Nate, what's his name? Lawrence won't come the next day and be like, hey, Issa.
Oh, Lord, now we take baby daddy.
Issa is running to Lawrence. But
you need to run the other way from no condom wearing fast. But he ain't learned a lesson from getting chlamydia.
It's crazy though. Issa never got anything from him like that. I don't recall her getting anything, but
no, but he wasn't sleeping around when they was together. When they broke up, he became slut of the century.
He was single. DJ said, preach you, Khadi. If he was her man, that would be wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. I like her. I know you do. He likes anything that puts a man in a good light. And nigga said, hey,
I don't necessarily. Gosh, I liked Nathan for Issa before he ghosted her, and then I found out why. Because I thought that relationship was cool at first.
I agree with Steve.
I don't necessarily like Nathan and Issa together now. I'm just saying that situation, she played with his emotions, because men have emotions.
I agree with Snooki. She says, I think he's emotionally unavailable, but was nice about it. I agree. I don't think he's ready to be in a relationship, but he doesn't know how to say he's not ready.
No, I'm sorry. I'm reading ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let me get to him. The Queen of Cheesecake said they wasn't honest with each other, right? Red Label said, damn, y'all making me want to watch the show. The show is good. The show is good. DJ said, Issa got to stop wearing granny panties to bed. No, she do not.
Granny panties only serve one purpose, and one purpose only. I will not speak of it online, but
that's if you wear panties at all. So,
what'd you say?
I said that's if you even wear panties at all. But no, I shout out to,
even if you don't, you better have on those granny panties for that one occasion. I will not speak up, but all women know what I'm talking about.
So we get to where are we at in the show? So there we got we're at still the beginning. They get to the beach, whatever. Oh, when the cute. Oh, here's thank you, Candy. I'm ready for you to see the dustiness in the comments.
What's going on? I'm here.
Finally, there are some men in the chat who agree with what I'm saying about men don't think the way that women do.
Okay, I'm playing catch up. I literally just got on, putting out some fires with work, but whatever. Anyway, I don't know exactly what's going on, but based on what is being said, I'm pretty sure it's this. Do women and men think differently, feel differently, sure, you're a man, you're a woman. However, we're all human beings. And at our core, we understand wrong from right. We understand what is hurtful, what is not hurtful. And what Nathan did was dead wrong. And he knew he was dead wrong.
No,
Point blank,
that's
period.
not a definitive.
Let me finish my sentence. It is definitive let me finish my sentence. In my opinion, it is a definitive. In my opinion, yes, it is. No. He knew what he did was wrong. He knew he was moving all types of ways. And then I'm not going to say all men, because I don't think all men are like this, but I think some men, when they're caught, they like to play stupid or dumb. But the thing is, you wouldn't lie or tell a half truth or a white lie or be wishy-washy if you knew that what you're doing was actually kosher and correct. You only act a little shady, a little sideways when you really know that you're moving kind of grimy. And that's why he was acting like that. Point blank, period. He was dead wrong for leaving. He knew he should have stayed. And that's it. If he would, point blank, period. That's just how it is, in my opinion.
Okay, in your opinion, but opinion is not definitive.
My opinion is definitive. To me, it is. To me, it's definitive.
That's a feeling.
My feeling to me is my fact.
That's not the definition of a fact, though. It's a feeling. It's an opinion.
This is gonna be good. Okay,
they're wrong. They weren't a couple. That's what I'm saying. She put that man in the friend zone, then took him out like a toy.
So, for
a booty call. Then she cried, no fault of her own. We all agree. But then she smacked him back into friend zone. She basically played with his emotions. And he was supposed to.
Question though. How is he in the friend zone, or how did she put him in there when that's what they were to begin with? Like,
no,
exactly.
They were not.
Let me say this, Khadi. Before she called him over, they were moving as friends. That's what
that's friend zone. That's where he is.
Exactly. So when she called him over, I felt like she was calling him over they were friends with benefits, basically. She's calling him over to have a good time. I think she probably thought he cared more about her than what he actually did. And I know some men, like DJ, will say, well, that's not her man. But the thing is, though, if this was a man that actually wanted to care for her, even though she's wrong for wanting him to, even though sometimes we think that based off of the friendship, if he really wanted to be with her, he would have stayed. So, I said, in this instance,
and see, that's an issue that women have.
Wait, let Candace finish.
Because he left, again, this would tell me I don't need to jump into a relationship with him. And is that a valid reason to judge whether or not I get in a relationship? To me, yes, even though I never communicated that I wanted a relationship, but just him handling it like that, though, based off of our history, I wouldn't move forward with a relationship.
So men must be magicians. They must read your mind. They must know exactly what it is.
It's not about.
No, it's not about
you ever no. Anything at all. So the men they got to bow down to whatever how a woman feels. Just must be it. They have to do what it is.
It's not about
regardless of how he feels in the situation. Not once did y'all ever consider his feelings in the situation.
Them, though?
Not
it was all about her.
Did he say his feelings though?
No, it was all about her.
No, it wasn't.
He should have because she want to be with him and maybe they want to. He needed her. Never, not once did y'all ever stop to say, "Well, I wonder how Nathan ended up feeling in this situation."
Did he
never?
Okay. Wait, hold on.
Is he a child where he can't speak for himself?
Is she not a child? She didn't say nothing. Did she say, "Could you stay here with me? I'm feeling bad." Did she open her mouth?
Okay, hold on.
His mouth, but she doesn't have to.
They talked about her day.
They
talked about her day and everything that she gone with. Common sense would say she had a bad day. So when she says, "Do you want to stay?" I would think like we're all adults here, and like Candy said, we're human. Common sense is she's called me over here because she had a bad day. As for it moving forward in relationship or whatever, I think that's another topic. But when they took it to the level of staying the night, that's when I think she was open for the booty call at first. But then when she cried in his mouth, she got overwhelmed. And so in that moment, how he handled it, or how he handled it, basically should have told her how he would, whether or not he would be good enough to move forward with it.
It's always a definitive with women.
I agree. Wait, Connie, let me go. Let me go. You just win.
Let me go.
No, let me go. You just win.
Ever. It's always a definitive with women. It's never let me step outside the box. Never let me give him the benefit of the doubt. Never, not once. It's just all his fault. It's always because I feel this way. I was hurt in the situation. Y'all, neither one of y'all. One time said,
if I could talk, maybe I could.
Some type of way. I felt his feelings might have been hurt, or he might have been confused. He didn't know what to do. But instead, y'all went to her. Well, he left her, so he must be trash. I wouldn't want to be with a man like that. Never taking a step back to say, well, hold up. Let me see. Why would he leave? What would he be feeling in this situation? Let me try to see if I can think like him. Nope.
I think like him.
Okay, can I say something?
But you want him to think like her.
Connie, let me talk. Y'all
just said that.
Connie, let me talk.
We should have known how she
felt. Connie, let me talk. So, first of all, I 100% agree with, I think Candace actually made a very, very great point, which is actually, I think, the core of this situation, right? She asked him over. They have this history of kind of hooking up. Now they're trying to be friends, but it's there. She obviously had a bad day, which is why she invited him over for comfort, to hang out, to have a kiki, whatever. Then she invited him over to stay the night. Clearly, with giving their history, sure, they would smash. But again, they were still trying to be friends. They still had that relationship rapport between them. He wasn't some rando from Tinder or something. They actually have a history. They are friends. It's more than that, right? And then when she opened up and started crying in his mouth or whatever because of what happened, and then for him to leave, it's not so much that we're saying he was wrong to leave if that's what he felt, but what we're saying is that him leaving is an indication that he is not the right person for her to be in a relationship with. It's not villainizing any. Let me finish. It's not villainizing anybody. It's just saying actions speak louder than words. If I am in a vulnerable moment with a friend, my man, anybody, and they leave me in that vulnerable moment, that is where that to me shows the position I play in that person's life, where they feel comfortable enough to leave me when I need them. So that is what we're saying. We're not saying that he's this awful guy, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We're just saying the fact that he left for any reason shows that he's not really there and checking for her in that way. And I agree with Candace. If a man left me when I was vulnerable and crying, you showed me exactly the position I play in your life. And that's a wrap. Not saying you're a bad person, but you're just not the person for me. If a friend left me in a moment where I was crying and vulnerable and needed someone, that person would no longer be my friend for whatever reason. Unless somebody is dying and you leave me when I'm vulnerable, deuces. And it is what it is. I don't have to say to you, please stay. Let's have this therapy session about why I need you to say. If you already know I'm going through some stuff, if I'm sitting here crying, again, common sense. I need you. I'm in a vulnerable position. You're supposed to be someone who is meaningful in my life, and you leave. You just told me exactly who I am to you. And that's what it is, point blank, period, in my opinion.
And there's the issue with women. And that's why women and men just can't seem to get it right.
Well, I get it right.
No, I get it right. Oh, no. No. I get it right. Trust and believe.
That's exactly why women and men, not y'all two individuals, women and men can't seem to get it right. Women have such a freaking entitlement issue that men must know how they are feeling, and they must obey how they feel, even though they don't know how they feel.
Why do you think if he feels a way, why does he keep going back to her and being played?
I keep telling you, look, any opportunity he can take to get that booty, he will. Men are really
okay. It's very funny to me how men are just not accountable for anything.
anything.
I didn't say
exactly.
Exactly. What I'm saying is,
how dare we expect respect? How dare we expect love? How dare we expect someone to stay when we need them? Who are we? We're so entitled. How dare
okay, now y'all overly dramatic for no reason. Didn't nobody say nothing about men was not responsible for their behavior or anything like that. What I did say is that y'all expect them to speak like women, and when they do not, y'all punish them for it. That is what I am saying.
I'm not saying that. I don't think being a decent human being is a female quality. I think being a decent human being is a human quality. Well, now you know how it feels when you
I let you finish your whole account. So let me finish mine. All right. So, like I was saying, y'all always want to dictate how the man should respond. I did not say not once that men are not held responsible. Please. I hold everybody freaking responsible. I'm the number one that I hold anybody. I don't hold back bars on anybody. And as I said, men and women can't seem to get it right. I do not care about individuals. I didn't say anybody individually. I said men and women can't seem to get it right. Why? Because women are entitled. They feel that the man has to do what they want them to do, has to respond in the appropriate way. Men, on the other hand, well, like I said, dumb as hell. They want to be out there slinging it, doing all this, whatever. We know the issues with guys, but they both have issues, men and women. Women are not superior. And because I felt that he should have stayed, that is actually the fact of the matter. The man was freaked the freak out. And that's facts. He was freaked out. And just because, on the other hand, Issa's he should have stayed with Issa because I'm a female and I feel that. I feel like I would have been hurt in the situation. Okay. You feel like you would have been hurt in the situation. He probably was hurt in the situation too. That's what I'm saying. So to say that him sitting there, he showed me everything that I needed to know, that's one hell of a way to excuse somebody. Because that man could actually be a really good man to her. Now, as I said, I don't particularly like Issa and Nathan together for other reasons or whatever. But you would dismiss a person entirely because he didn't do exactly what you wanted him to do.
Can I speak my point now? Because I hear everything that you're saying and it makes perfect sense. But one, I want to know, because it was said that we called him trash. I don't think that he is trash for leaving. I just think that would not be the man for her. And she is entitled to make the choice of whether or not she wants to stay with him based off of his actions, the same way he can choose whether or not to be with her as well. So in that situation, I'm saying and watching the show, she does not need to be with him based off of that, just because of how I've interpreted their relationship on the show. Now, whatever they decide to do, that's going to be them, which is why I said in the end, I don't think it's going to work because she's going to hurt him more than he could ever hurt her. And I stand by that. Now, as for men and women not getting it right, I think we are always going to be different. We were made different for a reason. But both of us are entitled to choices. And if I feel like this person is not for me, then, maybe I just missed out on that. And but I'll just move on. I'll get over it. And that it is what it is. So
yeah. Can I go now? Let me go now. 1, 2, 3. Yes. I'm sorry. Let me go. So I think first of all, I don't use the term trash, so I didn't call anybody trash, just to clear that up. That's not a word I use. But I think that, again, I think that what he did, to me, shows a quality of someone that I would not want to be with. And again, I'm only talking about the characters. I'm talking about what Nathan did and what Issa did. And then the fact that there was really little to no communication about it afterwards also to me was suspect. Sure, she showed up to the event, but then that was weird and all of that stuff. So there was no conversation about it. I'm not saying that you don't have conversations with people. You don't say, hey, when you left me, it made me feel some type of way, X, Y, and Z, and you have that conversation. I'm not saying that you just block a person automatically, but I am saying it's a massive red flag that someone who is meaningful in your life leaves you when you are clearly in a place of vulnerability. I'm not calling names. I'm just saying that to me just isn't indicative that is a person who really is there for me in a real way. That's not just, oh, come over, hit it and quit it, have fun, shits and giggles, hang out, casual, cool. That is what it is. And it's like, yes, men are simple in a certain way. And to me, the simplest answer is he's just not that into her in that way. And that is why he left.
I don't think that's actually true, but the last part, that he's just not into her.
Why?
See, and the crazy thing is, here is a man who has been agreeing with me the entire time.
Do you know I know this man? I know this man. And if I was to judge, no offense, DJ, I wouldn't be taking advice from you on dating. I'm going to be completely honest. And I know I've met him. DJ is what Kevin Samuels would call a high value man. But DJ DJ, one day you got to come on my show and tell us about yourself. But yeah, DJ likes a lot of Kevin Samuels' views, which is fine. Jesus. But DJ,
I don't think everything Kevin Samuels says is wrong.
DJ also, DJ, he's a bachelor. I'm gonna just leave it at that. DJ, one day you got to come on my show when I do like a man and women panel, and y'all will see. But moving on from that, I think I love this discussion. It's good. We can agree to disagree.
Spicy. It's a spicy one, you guys. Fired up.
We're going back. Oh, here go DJ. What I do wrong, and when did I become KS counterpart? Though DJ, you are always defending Kevin Samuels, and you know it. I have the screenshots, DJ.
Ooh,
no, I'm joking. I am joking. But no, going back to the show, we get to the beach party, and this is where we find out where Nathan is confused about their situation, where he felt like Issa called him over just to cuddle. His friends are trying to. Here go DJ being a troll as usual.
Be careful.
No, you're not attacked. We love everyone here. We agree to disagree. There's no attacking. It's just our opinions. We still love everybody.
I'll have to tell y'all after the show who DJ is, because DJ, I have talked about you. I forgot.
I'm talking about you. No, she did not. She goes, actually, I did talk about you.
Oh my gosh.
When y'all are gonna flip when y'all figure out, y'all know the many stories I tell of my other organization I was in. Y'all are gonna flip out what I said. But Snooki said you couldn't just leave me when I'm emotional going through, especially since Issa didn't do it to him when he ghosted her. Exactly.
She did leave that man when he ghosted her when he came back. She was like, deuces, F you, I'm going with Lawrence. She totally did.
Then how did they come back together to be friends if she ghosted him? If she left him behind? Because now they had a great friendship.
She friend zoned his ass. That's the ultimate leaving the dude. That's the ultimate leaving a guy. Friend zone. I means I got to see you every day, but you won't allow me to tap that.
I thought it was like mutual, them not being.
Yeah,
no, a guy would rather,
they're mutual friends.
The guy is not gonna get that behind. He'd much rather just not be in your life than be.
And remember, Molly was trying to keep them apart too, because he had came to tell Issa what was going on. So it was a lot of different factors for it. I really just feel like this man is not the guy for her. She should have just
I
allowed
don't think
him
so either, but
to drop her off in that lift and let him lift his ass on out down the street. Like, excuse
honestly,
me.
I think Issa needs some therapy.
She does. Well, does she
don't need a man? She need a shrink.
She definitely needs some therapy. But the thing that I like about her, she is the awkward black girl. That's where this comes from. Her series on YouTube, Awkward Black Girl. So I do like that. But Issa has a lot of layers to her, and it's a mess. Queen of Cheesecake said friend zone with a side of booty. Yeah. But going to the show, we get the earthquake happening. We get, what was the girl's name was Risha, the one that Issa thought he was sleeping with. Oh, hey, Levon. It is so good to see you over here.
Hey.
Yes.
That girl was gorgeous, by the way.
Yeah, she is.
Yes.
She was hot.
You said she was gorgeous? Yes.
Yeah.
Very gorgeous. I think him and that girl make more sense than him and Issa, but
agreed.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know her personality that well to know if they mesh.
She seems fun and not so, I don't know. He needs to have a good time right now.
Yeah.
And the girl seems like she has no pressure, whereas Issa is real awkward and all over the place. That girl just seems carefree right now, where it would just probably be a breath of fresh air to him versus Issa that is
like, there's expectations that come with being with Issa, where I feel like this other girl, there wouldn't be those expectations there.
Yeah. Well, they leave the beach after the earthquake and after they drop the pizzas or whatever. I don't know why the Domino's pizzas were there, but
product placement. It was a sponsorship. Hello, HBO got paid some Domino's bucks.
Yes, but then they head to a Jason Derulo. Is that his name?
Oh, they went to
Jason Derulo.
A bar or something afterwards.
They left first to go to that house party at Jason Derulo's house. Am I saying his name right?
Yeah,
Jason Derulo, but no, that was last.
That was
last. After the beach, they went to that restaurant.
Oh, they went to the bar.
Okay.
Yeah, they went to the bar. And why did they leave the bar? Because of the
Jason Derulo
party.
Yeah.
So the bar.
I'm glad we didn't see Jason Derulo.
Oh, that wasn't gonna happen.
I'm sorry. You go ahead, Candace. I'm sorry.
They get to the bar, and I guess what happened at the bar? Because it was kind of boring to me. But what happened at the bar?
Some weird stuff going. What was up? The Risha chick and Kelly was having a spiritual moment.
Yeah, they were doing like affirmations.
I don't know what was happening there. Molly was in between the two guys. The one guy that she liked, but he was weird. So there was the other guy and Nathan's cousin and wife. Was there.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know how I forgot them. And that's why the wife was looking so crazy at Nathan.
Yeah.
Because, we hear afterwards that the cousin actually put Nathan out. Nathan thought it was the wife's idea, but it was his cousin's idea because of his illness. And the cousin doesn't know about the illness, apparently. So that's another thing that I'm like, man, Nathan he's a very complex character. Yeah, it's a lot. And look at Levon with this.
Oh no!
Is that Levon or Young Rich? Right?
Yes, Levon. Yes. But DJ said Nathan's trauma basically came out at the bar. Yes. So this was why. And hey, Evangelist Val. This is why I was saying. I feel that Issa would hurt him more because Nathan and what he's going through, it doesn't seem like he has because he's bipolar. It doesn't seem like he has a handle on it completely yet. And so a lot it's that, and also dealing with the trauma of family not knowing, being kicked out. It's like a lot of things he needs to tie up together before he can actually get himself together. So What are y'all thoughts on that? Because I just, that's why I'm like, him and Issa already has some mess herself, so this is like a train wreck waiting to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't. Oh gosh. On one hand, I feel bad for Nathan because his mental state is not stable at the moment, or maybe it's stable now. It wasn't stable back then with his cousin, and then initially with Issa. I'm not sure if it's stable at this moment. Because I think he said that he went and got some help, to treat it. But it's a lot for someone who is bipolar to be going through that with no support. I would encourage him to tell his cousin about it, but it's completely up to him. So I don't really have much else to say about that.
Yeah. It's pretty deep. And we see, they go to the Jason Derulo party, and I hate saying his name because I be feeling like I'm just saying it bad.
No, you saying it right. It's Jason Derulo.
Yeah, they go to the party. They can't get, only Molly and the guy that she met, Nathan's friend, can get in, which that was a mess in itself. She was choosing between the two friends.
That was weird. That was weird. I didn't like either one of the guys.
Well, the one she chose seemed a little bit better than the other one. I don't know.
Yeah, she initially liked the one guy, but he was super, super weird.
Yeah, because he was like, come to my house and do something. He was saying, like, ugh.
Oh, feed the cat. That weird thing. He's like, I have to go feed my cat. And he was just like, oh, you can come too. And then she was like, he's focusing on the wrong cat. And I was like, ew. That's the thing. That just shows me Molly is still on her BS. Because if you're really in the headspace where you're looking for like a true partner, why are you out here? Actually, you know what? I just changed my own mind mid-sentence. Okay, so first I was gonna say Molly is still out here on her BS. If she really wants to find her forever man, why is she out here just looking for a Mr. right now tonight? But let me put it, but I want to take that back because I think it depends on where Molly, and again, I'm only going to talk about the characters, where Molly actually is in her journey. Because sometimes you can be on your journey and you're healed and you're ready to find that new person and you're able to separate dating a quality man versus I'm still a woman, I still have needs, and I want to have some fun, and I'm able to put people in their right buckets. This could be a man that's just for tonight and fun. I'm not going to actually try and date him and get in some struggle love situation. I'm just going to have some fun. Or is it a man that's actually in the bucket where we could have a meaningful, long-term, serious relationship? So depending on Molly's headspace, I rock with her with what she's doing. I think she chose the lesser of two evils. I didn't like any of them. But she was looking for some fun, so let her have some fun. What else? Oh, Nathan being bipolar. I'm really happy that they're talking about mental health on this show. I think it's a really good thing just for the community and just for people in general, to talk about mental health awareness and what it looks like and the stigmas and all of that stuff. But again, I still think it kind of goes to Nathan not being in the right space for maybe what Issa is looking for. And I also think that if Issa is still attracted to that and she's trying to actually like be with him, which is kind of how it ended, then it seems to me that she's actually not in the right space either because she lacks the discernment of who is actually a good partner for me. Mm-hmm. So I think it was reflective on both of them. Like, oh, Issa, you're following into that same track where a man is giving you a piece of him, but not all of him. And the red flags are there. Mm-hmm. So I just see it just playing out the same cycle because I don't think he's in the right spot and I don't think she's in the right spot.
Yeah, I agree with that. Khadi, any thoughts before I read some of these comments?
No, I don't really have anything to say about Molly.
All right. Well, DJ said the great thing about Insecure, it shows things that it shows things that Black professionals deal with: friendships, careers, trauma, and purpose. Such a dope show. I agree.
Yeah.
And I hope you feel better, Evangelist Val, as well.
Oh, I'm sorry you feel
Yes.
better.
Yes, Nikki Stackhouse said Molly was looking for a good time, which she was.
Yes, she was.
And I think it's good in your journey of finding your forever man or whatever. It's good to date and have some
fun.
Need something every once in a while.
Exactly.
And I do think it was weird for the dude to talk about like an actual kitty cat. That was so bizarre.
Yeah, I'm glad she didn't choose that one. She chose the other one, right?
Yeah.
That's like a serial killer. Like, oh, I have to go feed my cat. Like, you grown man with a cat, you're a serial killer. Get out of here. You're gonna chop me up. No. And like feed me to the cats. Could you imagine?
No, so why are you trying to get me to come back to the house to feed a cat when I don't even know you? The whole it was just really weird. Like,
and it was so realistic because sometimes men say crazy stuff like that, and they'd be like, "What?" But DJ says, see how there was a butt for Molly. She's in her journey. Lawrence was called Dusty doing the same thing. See how y'all do. I didn't think Lawrence was Dusty when
Who called Lawrence? DJ, what are you talking about? Lawrence wasn't even in this episode.
We did talk about Lawrence at the very beginning.
He was single.
Oh, at the very beginning. Oh,
but who called him? I wouldn't use Dusty.
So.
Lawrence is Dusty now.
I was like, I didn't know. I wouldn't call. I wouldn't call anybody Dusty.
I don't think Lawrence is Dusty. Lawrence is actually one of my favorite characters on the show. Now I know he had the whole sleeping with people raw thing going on, but
that's what I said.
I don't think he's Dusty. I know I said it in the beginning. I was joking. But no, I don't think he's Dusty at all. I would hope for him and Issa to be together real quickly because he's not gonna get with Condola.
That's his problem.
I think when they get themselves together, I would rather see Issa with Lawrence versus Nathan.
Agreed.
I don't want her with either one of them. Either one, and I hope those are not her only two options in life.
Levon said, laugh a lot. I was thinking about getting a kid.
On the couch for 3 years.
That's when he was going through his stuff.
Grab me a river.
And Evangelist said, thank you. Yes, I did.
Lawrence is too good for all.
You
wrote with the chlamydia?
Yeah, shout out to Levon. He has books. I keep hearing about these books that Levon has. 4 books that he's written. And one is Chicken Caesar Salad for the Gay Soul or something like that.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That is everything.
Yes. I like the fact that it's Chicken Caesar Salad.
Right?
But be sure to check him out. Make sure you subscribe to Evangelist Val, Levon, us up here on the panel. I don't know. Oh, the Queen of Cheesecake. All of us have channels. Yeah. DJ said, no, Lawrence is too good for all them girls.
I don't know you, DJ Sullivan, but I don't know you, DJ Sullivan, but I don't know. I mean, you're coming off very Kevin Samuel vibes. So I'm kind of co-signing what Candace said. Like,
I think this comment was just a joke.
This is how he really is, Khadi. I'm trying to tell you. There's
no way that Lawrence is too good. Lawrence with the chlamydia?
Lawrence who was on Issa's couch for 3 years when he didn't have a job and you're supporting both of them? He's too good? Get out of here. Lawrence would not be set up for the position that he's in today if it were not for Issa.
Women stop supporting bum-ass men.
DJ, what are you talking about? Good stuff, King. He tripped me out. Who's the king? Lawrence? Are you calling Lawrence a king, DJ? Who are you saying good stuff, King? Or are you talking about Q? Q said, OMG, I've been trying to get off the client for 20 minutes.
Oh, I feel you. I'm still on I'm doing chat for this work thing, and so I just put them on mute. Came over to y'all. I gotta go.
Levon is hilarious. He said, Relatable Confessions and Reactions. Fancy seeing you here.
I
can hear it in his voice.
We love Q.
Yes.
Khadi, I love your top. That
Oh, thank
lace
you.
is so
Yes.
sexy and cute. I think it's a really pretty look on you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetie.
DJ said Issa cheated and she's the good one. Now I gotta block y'all.
First of all, who
Get
said
out
Issa
of
was the
here.
good
If
one?
a man was the breadwinner and he cheated, you would not have a problem with it. She was the breadwinner and she cheated. Oh, well, she's a human being. Women have needs and he wasn't meeting them. Oh, well.
First of all, I want to say this. Who actually said Issa was the good one? See, that's the stuff. You just invented a conversation out of nowhere. That was invented. No one said that Issa was the good one in the scenario. We did say that Lawrence bum behind was sitting on the couch for 3 years. How many years was his bum behind on the couch?
Yep.
And mind you, they're not married. She owes him nothing. Why is she providing for that bum? And then for him to go out and get chlamydia and a baby mama?
He's gonna say because she felt entitled.
But he's the best one out of the bunch. Get out of here.
He's gonna say because she felt entitled to let him lay on the couch. I don't know.
Well, that's true. We know about entitlement, and when you what's the word? Enable. She enabled him.
She definitely
allowed it. She totally allowed it.
Yes. DJ said she let him hit it raw too. She said Issa put him on. What?
They were in a relationship
What?
for how long?
What are you talking about? She let him hit it. Okay.
I don't remember that being said, but I don't know. Whatever.
I don't remember that either.
She assisting with Lawrence glow up. She
exactly.
Sure
she did.
Exactly.
It happens many times when we all know the stories, right? You pick you up a little bummy bum, and then he blow up, and then he leave you for something younger and with more plastic surgery.
The thing is, though, Lawrence left because of her cheating, right?
Well, yeah.
So allegedly.
That was the reason why he cheated. That's why I'm like, and let me just say, can I say my point? Because I keep getting cut off. So I just before I turn into Candy for real and step out of Candace, I want to say with their relationship, this is why I do like them together. I like this show because they're human. People make mistakes. Nobody is perfect. They were together at a point when they were young and they're like, it seems like early 20s and both making mistakes. She helped support his glow up. She then cheated on him because she got kind of dissatisfied with how fast he was glowing up, and he ended it. But then they came back together, I guess, when they both had it together, and it was still a little problem. It's been off and on, but I really feel like when they both really figure out who they are and get things in order, they will be okay for each other if they choose to be with each other. But yeah, nobody is perfect. Now, if she wants to be with Nathan, that's going to be her train wreck to deal with. If they introduce, maybe she should go back to the guy that
Daniel
T on her face. But
Daniel,
because she really liked him too. But was the last time she was with him. Oh, and actually DJ just brought it up. Was she with Daniel? Was that the last time she was with Daniel when he did that to her face?
No, she stayed with him. Remember, she stayed with him. She moved in with him. He took her. Yeah. That's the last time when she left her apartment and she moved in with Daniel. Once she moved out, we ain't seen Daniel since.
I know. DJ says she let Daniel hit it raw. Did she?
Do we know that for a fact?
You're picking things up. Like, what are you talking about?
Do we know that for a fact? Did anybody say this? Or is it because he didn't see anybody fumbling with a condom? Do we know this for a fact?
He said Lawrence was on his grind. He never cheated on her when he could have. Y'all tripping. Okay, DJ.
See, I feel like first of all, Issa took away her power. She had the power in this situation. She was unhappy in that relationship. She eventually expressed it to him. She had the power. She could have left. Instead, she went low. She cheated. She lost all her leverage, all her power, and then she became the bad guy in the situation. She should have dipped out when she was on top.
But I agree with Candace. I think it's really true to life. And also, if you flip the roles, how many men do that? A lot. You know, and she was in that male role. She was the breadwinner. He was living in her place. And I think a lot of times when people have that dynamic, that person who, we love our favorite word tonight, they do feel entitled to dip out when they are providing everything for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. DJ Sullivan, first of all, I don't know if she let Daniel hit it raw. I think you're rewriting the script. Lawrence was on his grinding what, couch surfing? If that's what you mean by grinding, then yeah, he was on his grind, surfing those couches, and he never cheated on her when he could have. Oh wow. So are we giving Lawrence a medal for doing the most basic thing in a committed relationship? Literally the most basic thing you can do in a committed relationship is not cheat. He doesn't get a medal for that. I'm super confused. Next question, Candace.
I had to mute myself because I literally be screaming over here laughing. We've been on for an hour.
I want to talk about the Crenshaw.
Oh,
go. Let's Crenshaw.
What are your thoughts on Crenshaw?
I'm gonna go after Candy.
Oh no, I don't have any thoughts. I want you to go. You go.
Oh Lord. Okay. So what I feel like Crenshaw is on social media or whatever talking bad about Issa's company. Now, as the CEO of her company, I felt like she should not have responded at all. And she sent him a text message and he screenshotted it and put it up there on whatever, I don't know, Twitter maybe, whatever. But I felt like as the CEO, she should not have responded. I understand as somebody you was like, hey, I was there for you, blah, blah, blah. Why you do me like that? But business-minded, should just let that go. Let him say whatever. Or hit him with the whole PR line or whatever. Something very professional. And you should have did it online. As for, y'all already know how I feel about that whole situation. As for what Crenshaw allegations against Issa, I feel like he right. Chick a sellout. I said that. I mean, for the first 3, 4, I don't know how, 3 seasons, I guess. The first 3 seasons, the chick worked for the white people as the face of the company, the only black person going out there trying to uplift all the colored folks in the neighborhood. Here we go again with the white savior complex. She was a sellout.
So I don't think Issa's a sellout. I think with the Crenshaw situation. Oh, I hear feedback. Is that my phone? I mean, but I just feel like when you work in the corporate world and with what she's trying to do, I mean, it's give and take. She can't be 100% just all pro-black. We live in America in a system that was set up by them. So with what she's trying to do, I think she is going in a good direction by having clients like Crenshaw, but she's always going to be that middle person, because if she wants financing, until she has other black people financing her and helping her and sponsoring her, she's going to have to find it in other ways. I don't think she's sold out. I just think she's doing what works for her company. And living in America, you do have to learn how to work with everybody as of right now. So that's my opinion on it. Candy, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, so my thoughts is I definitely don't think Issa's a sellout at all. I actually think Crenshaw is being kind of a baby and very immature and very ungrateful. And I think that I don't see it as a black and white thing. I see it as anytime you're taking somebody else's money, there is a certain level of control that you have to forfeit. Whether that person is, and I don't think it matters whether that person is black or white. She could have had a black sponsor, and the black sponsor could have said, I want you to go left instead of right, do this or do that. Anytime you're taking somebody else's money, white or black, Korean, Asian, Latino, whatever it is, you just in business itself, you're gonna have to make some concessions in the type of control that you have. until you're the one footing the bill, or until you're doing it grassroots, or until it's your company. As long as you're taking somebody's money, I don't care whose color they are, you have to be beholden to something. And I think that what he did on the during his show was extremely disrespectful. I think it worked out on the show because it was scripted, but I think in real life that would not have turned out that way. And I think that she was doing a job and she was being his best advocate to the best of what she could to still give him that opportunity. And instead of being grateful that he had this bigger platform, he was in his ego. And if he had such a problem with it, then he should not have taken their money and he should have gone and done something on his own. And now he's trying to whine about Issa doing her job and getting him this opportunity. So to me, Crenshaw is an example of a very ungrateful person having a temper tantrum and acting like a baby because they can't get their way. Well, if you want your way, do it and fund it yourself. But as long as you're taking somebody else's money, black or white, as long as you're taking green, you have to make concessions. And that's just how it is. Unless you're in a certain position to bake in that you have all, you're going to give me all of your money and I'm still going to have all of the control. If you're able to get that deal, kudos to you. But until then, you have to kind of check your ego at the door. Everybody gets feedback. Everybody gets notes. That's just business. That's just how it is. It's not a black or white thing. And I think that when people make everything about race, like him calling her a sellout, that dilutes it when it really does happen. Selling out would have been, oh, I had this great job for this great idea for the community. Oh, you want to do it with, I'm bringing to the stage Crenshaw, but you actually want Justin Bieber. Or something like that. Do you see what I'm saying? That to me is more selling out, where you're not actually being an advocate. You're not having authenticity. She went to bat for him and she negotiated. And that is literally called business. I think he's being a big baby. I think what he did was very disrespectful and ungrateful. I agree that she shouldn't have responded to him. I would have done the PR thing. I would have put out a very great press release. Being like, oh, we did this, and this. It's unfortunate, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I would have did it very classy, put out the press release, and kept it pushing. But that just is what it is. I don't know. I think that he's just very, very ungrateful. And until he learns business acumen, he's going to continue to shoot himself in the foot. Because now the next sponsor isn't going to want to take that risk. Because your reputation matters. And again, I don't think it's a black or white thing. It's just, do you know how to do business or do you not know how to do business? And she was doing the best for him that she could do in the position that she had. And so that's what I think.
Any other thoughts, Khadi?
Just one. So yeah, I don't think she was a sellout with the Crenshaw situation, but what about her old job where they was pimping out a colored person?
I felt like many young professionals, because I've been there, she had a job where she was a token black person and she was there, I guess, trying to survive. I mean, I've been the token black person where I work. Have I done the type of work she's done? No, but I've had to fake it to make it at times in order to survive, to take care of my child, because at that time, this was the job that was paying enough for me to survive. So sometimes, even though I might disagree with some of the principles of a company that I'm working for, I know who I am, and I will use it to the benefit of what will support me and my family. So, I mean, it is what it is. I wish in the perfect world, I wouldn't have to work for a company like that. But based off of the cards that were dealt to me and how I am now in America, at times I have to take on positions like that, even though I disagree with the values of some of the companies that I've worked for. So that's my real response to that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I don't know. I still didn't really see it as like a black or white thing. I kind of just, if she had worked at McDonald's and she was the only black cashier at McDonald's, I wouldn't be like, oh, you token black McDonald's worker. Like I wouldn't think of it that way. I think at her job, again, it's sort of this nonprofit, corporate, bureaucratic structure, working for the community. I say, token or not, I would rather have some representation than no representation. So I'd rather have her there to be able to say what she put some type of input in from some type of lived experience. I don't think it got this deep in the show. So just taking it out of the show in a real world context. Hopefully then she would be able to hire other people of color, have that input there. I would rather have someone there than no one there. So I don't really take it as her like selling out and working for the man. Like, just because your boss is white doesn't mean you're selling out and working for the man. It just means you're working at a company and the person that you work for is white. And there's a lot of companies, Black, white, Asian, or Hispanic, that don't have great structures or a great company culture or all of that stuff. Does systemic racism exist? Yeah, it exists in our country in general. And of course, that applies to different corporations, but we have to give a little. We have to, and by give a little, I mean, we have to start not looking at everything as a negative and look at it as an opportunity, if that makes sense. So that's kind of how I feel about it.
Okay, but this ain't no restaurant, McDonald's. This is the white savior trying to come in and fix the colored folks. That's literally what
or maybe it's just a program trying to do good.
Literally what this job was. This wasn't, I'm serving you a hamburger. No one gives a crap about that. This is literally the white savior. Just like they want to swoop in, save the African kids with the flies on their face. We the white saviors, even though we the destruction. We the reason that this is what it is. But let us come in so we can put a good face on it. Like, really? This is not McDonald's.
Again, I would rather have a program than no program. And if people are so tired of the white savior coming in, then maybe they should work for an organization that gives back to the community that looks like them. So I don't think it's the white savior coming in. I think it's just a nonprofit. It's a program. It is what it is. At least they're trying to help, and they're there. If you want more minorities or more or people who look like the people that they are serving, then it's up to those people to take those jobs and to get in there and then to affect change. Calling the one Black person who works there a token, to me, isn't really helping the message or the cause. Get that one person in there. Hopefully they can hire more people, do affirmative action, do whatever it takes to get that. But I'd rather have a program for people than no program for people. I would rather have one person of color than no person of color. Again, I look at things as opportunities of how can I affect change? How can we make this better? There are some people out there who need programs like that. So what, we're going to throw away the program just because the people who work there are a color you don't like? That doesn't make sense to me. Personally, I'm saying that doesn't make sense to me. I'm not going to throw away a program just because the people that are doing the program don't look like someone I want them to look like. To me, is the program being effective? Is it helping? Is this program needed?
I definitely agree with Snooki as well. She said, I didn't see it like that. I looked at her as myself. We all have been in positions where we finished undergrad and trying to get our foot in the door. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's an entirely different scenario.
But I
think that was Issa's scenario.
That was Issa's first job.
Yeah.
Out of college. So okay. I mean, the company that she worked for, the program, you might not have agreed with it, but that was where she had to work at that time. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I know you're laughing. I don't find it funny, but
I do.
That is totally a coon. You might think that, and it's a lot of us that will be called a coon, but back then they would have called people like Martin Luther King, whoever, who wanted to go with the system, coons. Like they called Booker T. Washington a coon. So there have been people that have made sacrifices and went with the plan in order to get us in a better place. So that's why I don't find it funny, because like you just never know what that person is sacrificing to even be there, though we don't agree with it. We are in a system that is built against us. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is wrong to take it, but where else is she supposed to work? Who's offering these jobs? Like, it's so funny how people can criticize and say this, that, and the other, but they have no resolution to the problem that they're bringing up. So that's what I want to know, because people have made these remarks about lots of situations, and this situation in particular, but I just want to know, where is the resolution? What's the solution to it? Where are these companies? What are we doing to change this?
Yeah, I agree. And I don't believe in segregation. Like, I don't think that all the companies need to be white and all companies need to be black. Like, I don't understand that. I think that it's okay to have people of different colors working with other people of different colors. Like, I don't think that just because a company has a white management team, it means you can't work there, or your company has to be all black in order to be valid or true or whatever. I just don't believe that. And the biggest way to create change is always from the inside. You're not going to create change outside. It's always from the inside. So you have to get into these corporations. You have to get into these institutions. You need to get into these political systems and parties and dynamics in order to actually create change. Because nobody's going to change from anything from the outside. It's till you infiltrate the inside, until you work there, until you become the CEO, until you become the hiring manager, until you become the person who oversees the sponsorships, until you become the person with the power from inside. You're not going to affect change just by telling people that you don't like them and you don't like the way they do something. Who cares? Who cares? That's why Martin Luther King had to go to the inside in order to affect change. That's why Barack Obama had to become the president, the inside of politics, in order to affect change. We're not going to affect change just by saying we don't like something.
What change did he do?
We don't need to talk about politics, but I'm for Barack Obama. We don't need to take it to that level.
I don't want to talk about politics.
I don't want to talk about politics. It's enough.
Nothing.
Okay, yeah. So Sunshine said, Khadi, I want to understand your view on this a little better. What do you think Issa should have done as far as her job?
This job, she was totally placed there as, like I said, the coon. In this particular job, this job was a white savior. I'm not talking about, going into corporate America or all these other jobs. I'm specifically talking about this job. This job right here, Kamala. Oh, please.
He's talking to me.
I'm about to say that chick said she wasn't even black. So,
all right.
She did.
So what do you think Issa should have done?
Find another job.
Which she did. I believe, was she let go or did she quit? Because she ended up working somewhere else. But initially, if she would have found out how this job was initially, let's say she had a hard time looking for another job, because we know for a long time she hated the job. So
she even felt like she was being placed in that situation.
Exactly.
She hated the job.
Which is why she left, right? So
yeah, she eventually left.
So in the end, what was the issue, seeing that she did leave? What would have been another resolve for her? I guess not take the position, or
this specific job placed her out there as the sole black person, the face of this white savior company. This company's whole purpose was to come in. I mean, damn, when the chick even changed the logo, she had her white hand scooping up all the color folks. I mean, my gosh. But y'all want to talk to me about McDonald's and the corporate America. Ain't nobody talking about that.
Okay, I was talking about it. I was talking about it. And also to that point, but in my opinion, it's analogous to what you were saying. But what I'm saying is this: again, people in that, and I'm only talking about the show, right? But I'm talking about it in a general way. If you have a program, right, that is supposed to help people in a certain type of community, and the people running the program don't look like those people, or maybe they don't have that same lived experience, then what they are bringing to their work is their perspective and their experience, which is why we need people like Issa and other people who look like the community to work at these programs in order to have that perspective and lived experience. Because the person who made that logo, in their mind, they're not thinking, oh my God, I am this white savior and I'm gonna just put this logo out here for all these colored folks because I'm so amazing. No, they have their own perspective. They have their own lived experience. So until you have someone in there who has true representation, who can say, hey, you know what? That actually comes across this way. Hey, you know what? Our experience actually is like this. This messaging would be better. This logo is better. Until you have someone in there doing that, then of course you're going to look at it in that way. But that doesn't mean that's what those people's intentions are. That's why that's why having people from different backgrounds, different colors, different nationalities, different lived experience working together is how you actually affect the most change. And that's how you actually get stuff done. I never looked at that program or whatever she worked for as white savior. That never even occurred to me. I just thought, okay, this is just some like hipster company out there that's doing like non-for-profit work, and Issa just kind of feels odd and awkward and trying to figure out how she's going to fit into this sort of like hokey company culture. That's sort of how I looked at it. But I think if you're looking at it from the perspective of it's this white savior company, well, at least they're doing something. At least they're doing something. And if you don't want it to be white savior, then you need black people, you need brown people, you need yellow people working in there and to get to the top, to have that perspective. That's why representation matters. And representation is not just the logo. The representation is the executives, it's the designers, it's the copywriters, it's the marketing people. That's true representation, the people who are actually creating the work and doing the work. What you see should be a byproduct of that. And that's why I'm saying you need to come to these things with solutions, not just complaints. Because again, I would rather have that program than not have it. Is it perfect? No. But could you be in there to affect change? Yes.
Khadi, come back.
Why did Khadi leave? Why did you leave? What?
Okay.
Why did Khadi leave? Khadi, where'd you go?
So we're gonna table this discussion.
Where did you go? My eyes were closed. I was just in my flow. I was on my soapbox. I didn't even know Khadi left until right now.
So Candy, I will disagree with you on one point. I did feel like the company was, I'm not going to say white savior, but I thought they were a racist company with the imagery that was used for this company. And I felt like they used Issa as the token black person. They did kind of come off as white savior because there was a point where they were helping like Mexican kids. And I'm sorry if the Latino kids, I don't know what the kids actually were, but they were targeting a certain group of people that actually didn't even need to be tutored or something like that just because of their race on one of the episodes. So I do disagree with that point, but the rest of what you were saying, I do agree with. And I do think that it still was Issa, what was her major? Is it like political? I don't know. It seems like it would be political science or something like that.
No, not to mention the fact that
I agree. But the point that you made,
show them how to be, I don't know, something stereotypical rappers and things like that. When Issa was like, oh my God, like all black people was just not.
No, but I think Candace, I think we're actually saying the same thing, because the point about them reaching out to Mexican or Latin, again, I don't know the correct term either, so no disrespect to anybody, children, I think is indicative of what I'm saying. You have this company being run by people who don't have a perspective and a lived experience of the actual community that they're trying to serve. And that is why you need people in that company who are Mexican, Latin, Black, Asian, whatever it is. They need people in the company who have the same lived experience of the community that they're trying to serve. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that, like, yeah, they're targeting these kids who don't even need it because of their own biases, their own prejudice, right? And again, it's usually subconscious. You don't even know that you have it. So that's why you need people in the company who can point that stuff out and can say, hey, actually, you think these kids need mentoring. Why do you think that? Oh, because of their skin, because of where they're from, because of who they are. Like, again, it's so insidious and institutionalized. I'm not giving people a pass for being prejudiced or that, but you also have to understand that a lot of people aren't even aware of what their own racism and prejudice are. That's why you need that representation from the inside. Because if you're from the outside just saying what you're doing is wrong, you're bad, you're racist, you're this or that, you're just telling people that they're bad and they're wrong. And in their minds, even though it may not be correct, but in their minds, they actually think that they're trying to help. So until you get people on the inside who can say, no, that logo is very racist. No, you're targeting a group of people who don't need the help because of your own prejudices. These are the people we need to actually be targeting, and this is why we need to redesign that logo for this, this, and this because it comes across this way. You're not going to have the change. So I think that we're actually saying the same thing. They're doing all these crazy things because they don't have anybody on the inside to correct it and to do that. You know, for like, I couldn't market to a community that I have no lived experience with and think that I'm going to get it right. Because I'm not. Because I don't have that lived experience.
Any other? Oh, shoot. Did I freeze?
No.
Yes. Okay. Any other? I thought I froze.
Khadi, what is wrong? What is with the stage?
I didn't hear anything. And I live in the woods, so my connection goes in. So any other thoughts, Khadi, before we table this discussion? Because I just wanted to talk about Insecure at the beach. This is why, I'll say this with my content. I'm gonna go in a soapbox. I try to keep my content way lighthearted because of the fact that I deal with a lot of serious stuff at work and family. So I do like to have lighthearted content. I do think these discussions need to be had, but just not tonight. I'm trying to turn off.
Cheers, Candace. And Khadi up here looking like it's after dark.
And so about Khadi's goodness, goddess lives.
Thank you.
Yeah, your hair looks beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you.
So any final thoughts?
Totally different locks than I'm used to.
Yes. Any final thoughts on the show? Anything? Tomorrow I'm doing an open chat. So make sure you guys come and support. It'll be at like 10:30. Make sure you subscribe.
Yes, hit that like button. The last thing I'll say about the show is the most character's journey I'm excited to see is Molly's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did not like Molly, but I do like her this season now.
Yeah, me too.
So yes, hit that like button if you're cute. Like LeVon said.
If you cute. No.
Not if you cute. Nuh-uh. I gotta hit it 5 times then.
Well, we're gonna end it here.
You know, I would like
go ahead.
Kelly to have some sort of a storyline.
Really?
Oh, Kelly.
Yeah, she's just always like the fun-loving sidekick on the side. I'd really like to get to know her a little better.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
DJ said Team Lawrence.
Okay, Team
Okay.
Make sure you smack that notification bell. Oh, he says Kelly needs a spinoff. Yes. Hey, Marva. I forgot to say hey to Miss Marva. She said, my sentiments exactly. Your face says it all. I think she was talking about Khadi. But hey, Marva, thank you for joining. Kelly died, I thought. Exactly.
Oh, y'all talking about at the reunion?
Yeah. It's like on every episode, it's like she's like, I died.
Yeah.
Wow.
But what is Red Label? What Q? What you talking about? Not the side.
Not the side chick. Who?
What you talking about, Q?
Did I call Kelly the side chick? I didn't mean like the other woman. If I said side chick, maybe I said side chick.
The side character.
I said side chick or kick. Maybe I said side kick.
I think you said side kick, but maybe you're side chick. Q.
Right. Okay.
Mixed up. But this was fun. A good healthy debate. We could go.
I had a blast.
Yeah, we can go on and on and on. Khadi says she's always on the side. Oh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I said side kick.
Yeah. In my hair.
She's Robin to Batman.
But I'm going to. I don't have anything else to add. Do y'all have anything else?
No.
Just happy Friday, everybody.
Happy
Have a fun, happy, safe weekend.
Make sure on Tuesday you catch us on Khadi's channel for her birthday celebration.
Birthday.
In honor.
And it's open forum too. We about to be turning up. I'm dropping the link.
Yes. So in honor of that, I'm gonna play our Ladies Lounge theme song on the outro. So bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.